Hi everyone, so today we're going to do the Circles Assessment Study Guide. So we're going to go through the questions. They're going to be 12 on your test, and I want to make sure that you know how to attack each question. So the first one says the length of what line segment would be multiplied by pi to find the circumference of circle G. So I know that my formula is C equals pi times diameter, right? Well, that means I need a diameter. So a diameter goes through the center of the circle. So it has to go through point G. Okay, I know G to B is a radius, so that's not going to work. So I'm going to do segment DA. That would be my answer because that's the diameter. Tony traced around the circular base of a lampshade and made a circle on a sheet of paper. So this right here would be the tracing. The diameter of the base of the lampshade is 28 inches, as shown below. Approximately what is the circumference of the circle Tony drew? So I've got C equals pi times diameter. So C equals 3.14 times 28. So C equals, so my calculator, I'm doing 3.14 times 28. And I get 87.92, and that's going to be inches. Not inches squared because we're not talking about area. All right, a paper plate has a diameter of 18.86. Approximately what is the area of the paper plate? Well, the first thing I have to do is find the radius. So I know the radius is half of the diameter. So 18.86 divided by 2 is going to give me 9.43. I know my formula is going to be A equals pi times radius times radius. So area equals 3.14 times 9.43 times 9.43. And I get the area is 279.22. So I only ever go 2 places behind the decimal. I know in your calculator it probably says something crazy. And it's going to be centimeters squared because area is the number of square units inside a shape. A tire truck has a diameter, a truck tire has a diameter of 4 feet. So I'm going to draw that. A mechanic knows the circumference is about 3 times its diameter. About how far will the truck travel when the tire makes 8 revolutions? Well, I know that they're saying 4 times 3, so that's 1 revolution. So that's 12 feet. And that's about, right? We know that that's about because we know that pi is actually 3.14. Then they're saying if the tire goes around 8 times, how far will it go? So we're going to multiply it by 8. 12 times 8 is 96, so it's going to go 96 feet. And that's a definite about because we're using pi as 3. All right, the circumference of a circle is 63. What is the approximate diameter? So I know C equals pi d. I know the circumference is 63. I know pi is 3.14. The diameter is, I don't know. So I'm going to divide by 3.14 on each side, just like I would with any one-step equation. And the diameter is, so 63 divided by 3.14 gets me 20.06. So 20.1, and that would be meters because diameter is a distance. All right, approximately what is the area of the shaded region given the square containing a circle? Well, if it's a square, I know that my formula is going to be area equals length times width. So area equals 14 times 14. So area equals, I'm a little rusty on my perfect squares, 196 meters squared. Then I'm going to find the area of my circle. So area equals pi times radius times radius. They actually gave us the radius. They said it was 7. So in my calculator, I'm doing 3.14 times 7 times 7, and I get 153.86. I'm not going to round anything until I get to the very end. So I want to take the circle out of the square. So by taking it out, I'm subtracting 196 minus 153.86. And I get 42.14 meters squared. Because we're talking about area, it's got to be squared. All right, a circle below has a diameter of 9 inches. What is the approximate area of the shaded portion of the figure? Well, if I know that the diameter, which is going to go all the way across, is 9, then the radius is going to be 4.5. So area equals 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. And I know that because I did area equals pi times radius times radius. So area equals 63.585. I'm not going to round anything until I get to the very end unless I absolutely have to. So then I'm going to find the area of my triangle. So area equals base times height divided by 2. Well, I know the base is going to be 5 and the height is 7. So 5 times 7, which is 35, divided by 2 is going to give me 17.5. I want to take the triangle out of the circle, so I'm going to do 63.585 minus 17.5. And I get 46.085, and that's going to be inches squared. And if I had to round it, it'd be 46.1. All right, which of the following measurements results in the largest circle? So I'm going to have to check each one because it gives me a radius, a diameter, a circumference, and an area. So I have to find for each one. So I'm going to go ahead and try and find the circumference for each one and go from there. Because once I want to compare like things. So to decide which circle is the biggest, I kind of have to compare like things. So I know if the radius is 12, the diameter is going to be 24. Well, then that's definitely bigger than that one, right? Because if the diameter is only 12, that's not going to be as big. So C equals pi d. So C equals 3.14 times 24. It's a 2. So let's see how big this circle is. 3.14 times 24. I get C equals 75.36. Well, I know that right now that's bigger than C. So now I have to decide which one's bigger, the area or the radius. So let's try and find the area of circle A. So area equals pi times radius times radius. Area equals 3.14 times 12 times 12. So 3.14 times 12 times 12 gives me an area of 452.16. So I know that this area definitely not bigger than the original area. So A, the radius of 12, is going to give me the biggest circle. All right, they want to know the perimeter of the figure, so they want to know the distance around the outside. So we're going to start by finding the circumference to find the two ends of the circles. So the two semicircles together make a whole circle. So I have C equals pi d. So C equals 3.14 times 6. C equals 18.86, I think, or 18.84, let's see. 84. All right, then I have, so I've got this side, and I've got this side. So now I have to find this 6 and this 6, and I got to add it to it. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So I have a total of 30.84, and that's going to be centimeters. Remember, you're not adding any of the inside. You only want to add the outside because they're asking about the perimeter. All right, a triangle has side lengths of 8, 10, and 12. And it's reduced by a scale factor of 1/2. So they're cutting it in half. So that means that's 4, 6, and 5. What is the perimeter? So perimeter tells me to add. So 4 plus 6 plus 5 gives me 15. All right, write an equation that would represent this table. Well, usually x is 1. So I'm going to divide by 30. Divide by 30. So 10 divided by 30 is 1/3. So 1/3 x equals y. Last one, it says the graph below shows the amount of money Vincent is paid based on the number of hours he works. How much will Vincent be paid for 6 hours of work? Well, I'm looking for a point that's right on the crosshair, which is right there. So that means I've got my hours and how much I'm paid. So in 4 hours, I'm going to get paid $60. So in 1 hour, I'm going to divide by 4. I'm going to get paid $15. That means in 6 hours, so I'm going to multiply by 6. 15 times 6, I'm pretty sure it's 90. Yep. I'm going to get paid $90. So I'm going to be paid $90 for that amount of time. All right, if you have any questions or you need help, let me know. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.